COVID-19 vaccination, hopes and fears of Malaysians. The latest COVID-19 pandemic has affected us all. The pandemic's effect and implications are felt differently based on our position as people and citizens of society. Although others continue to adapt to the situation of working remotely, homeschooling their children, and buying food from Foodpanda, GrabFood, and etc., some are forced to be exposed in order for the society to function, especially the frontliners. The COVID-19 vaccines produce protection against the disease due to developing an immune response to the SARS-CoV-2 virus. Developing immunity through vaccination means there is a reduced risk of developing the illness and its consequences. This immunity helps you fight the virus if exposed. Getting vaccinated may also protect the people around you because if you are protected from getting infected from the disease, you are less likely to infect someone else. This is particularly important to protect people at increased risk of severe illness from COVID-19, such as healthcare providers, older or elderly adults, and people with other medical conditions. In general, suspicion of and myths surrounding vaccines are also driving mistrust about the COVID-19 jab, with the growth of the anti-vaccine movement primarily facilitated by social media. A report by the Center for Countering Digital Hate (CCDH) found that anti-vax social media accounts have gained almost 8 million new followers since 2019. The global coronavirus pandemic and the focus on a potential vaccine to stop its spread have undoubtedly brought anti-vax sentiment to the fore. Huge swaths of the population have seen anti-vax messaging, and in addition to many people believing them, these posts have put doubt into the mind of an even higher proportion. Currently, 3 vaccines are authorized and recommended in Malaysia to prevent COVID-19, which are BioNTech Pfizer vaccine, CoronaVac vaccine, and Oxford AstraZeneca vaccine. Different types of vaccines work in different ways to offer protection, but with all types of vaccines, the body is left with a supply of memory T lymphocytes as well as B lymphocytes that will remember how to fight the virus in the future. It typically takes a few weeks after vaccination for the body to produce T lymphocytes and B lymphocytes. Therefore, it is possible that a person could be infected with the virus that causes COVID-19 just before or just after vaccination and then get sick because the vaccine did not have enough time to provide protection. Sometimes after vaccination, the process of building immunity can cause symptoms such as fever. These symptoms are normal and are signs that the body is building immunity. Next is a description of how each type of vaccine prompts our body to recognize and protect us from the virus that causes COVID-19. None of these vaccines can give you COVID-19. Firstly, mRNA vaccines contain material from the virus that causes COVID-19 that gives our cells instructions for how to make a harmless protein that is unique to the virus. After our cells make copies of the protein, they destroy the genetic material from the vaccine. Our bodies recognize that the protein should not be there and build T lymphocytes and B lymphocytes that will remember how to fight the virus that causes COVID-19 if we are infected in the future. Secondly, protein subunit vaccines include harmless pieces of the virus that causes COVID-19 instead of the entire germ. Once vaccinated, our bodies recognize that the protein should not be there and build T lymphocytes and antibodies that will remember how to fight the virus that causes COVID-19 if we are infected in the future. Thirdly, vector vaccines contain a modified version of a different virus than the one that causes COVID-19. Inside the shell of the modified virus, there is a material from the virus that causes COVID-19. This is called a viral vector. Once the viral vector is inside our cells, the genetic materials gives cells instructions to make a protein that is unique to the virus that causes COVID-19. Using these instructions, our cells make copies of the protein. This prompts our bodies to build T lymphocytes and B lymphocytes that remember how to fight that virus if we are infected in the future. COVID-19 vaccination will help protect you from getting COVID-19. You may have some side effects, which are typical signs that your body is building protection. These side effects may affect your ability to do daily activities, but they should go away in a few days. It's better to keep in mind that some people have no side effects. Side effects on the arm where the shot may have been given include pain, redness, and swelling, while on the rest of the body are tiredness, headache, muscle pain, chills, fever, and nausea. As we learn more about COVID-19, including it could be spread by talking and by those who don't have any symptoms, science strongly supports mask wearing based on the evidence. This has led to confusion and distrust on the part of many who didn't understand the shift, and in some cases less mask wearing. Current evidence shows that existing COVID-19 vaccines effectively stop diseases, especially severe illness, but we still don't know if they prevent people from becoming infected with the virus. This means that being vaccinated will stop you from getting very sick, but it may not prevent you from passing the virus on to others. It is also the cause that while these new vaccines are very promising, no vaccine is 100% effective. So even when vaccines are rolled out, we must maintain adherence to all the other measures which we know will work in order to stop the transmission of COVID-19.